It's a bit of a wet and wild one today, so I'm picking a topic that matches the weather, and the topic is titled grumpiness. Now go with me, it's a bit of a tenuous link, but hopefully this should be useful, particularly if you are thinking about putting a commercial property into a SIPP pension wrapper. I'm just talking about SIPP for the time being. This is based on my experience as head of valuation and professional property services at a firm called Curtis Banks, which has now merged with a firm called Nucleus. But at the time, Curtis Banks had over 6,000 commercial properties under administration. And the main cause of this issue of grumpiness was misunderstanding. You see, most SIPP administration firms will set up what's called a master trust. They register that with HMRC, and then every new client that then comes in has a separate SIPP that sits underneath that master trust. So far, so good. That kind of makes sense. But what was creating the friction was when clients wanted to make changes to their property, particularly development activity or getting some planning consent to be able to build on the curtilage of the property they owned, maybe subdivision, maybe title splitting with some form of conversion to residential units. And they failed to appreciate that actually the legal ownership of that building did not rest with them, even though they were the beneficiaries of the pension. The legal ownership of the building actually resided with their SIPP administration firm. So very often they would get on with this sort of physical activity on their property, failing to acknowledge that they should have got prior consent from their SIPP administrator first. Okay, so what's a positive that can be spun out of this message? Well, I would say the positive is if you are thinking that a SIPP is your preferred option for your pension, and you anticipate having a property in that SIPP, and you anticipate being quite active and hands-on with the development, change, refurbishment of that property, I would encourage you to think about going with a smaller SIPP administration firm. Because it's likely, not guaranteed, but it's likely that a smaller SIPP administration firm will be able to give you a slightly higher degree of personalised attention, understand what your expectations are, and work with you ahead of the fact to enable you to get the stuff done that you want to get done. I hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching.